the challenge of building in today's AI world is there is the world the way it looks today, where humans are in the loop and we're using AI to improve the efficiency of what we do. But there is a world right around the corner, 3 years from now, where humans are not going to be in the loop and agents are talking to agents, which is what Ravi is talking about. So Madhu, how does somebody like a KreditBee deal with that? I mean, you were explaining to me how you guys are thinking about AI from a supply and demand side. So maybe you can take 2 minutes to talk about how is KreditBee deploying AI today in the next year or two, but what is also a scenario 3-4 years out where it is much more agentic, and what is the role of a KreditBee in that era, which is kind of what Ravi is alluding to. So I think that would be fascinating. Yeah.
How many of you have used WinXP? Windows XP? Right? Half the guys who are not raising your hands, you don't look so young by the way. Right? Windows 60 use kiya hoga aap logon, right? So Windows 98, 95, I think people are looking at Windows 95 people, but they are not raising their hands. But anyways, quickly, we used to have many applications. Somebody remembers Winamp? Winamp, the music Bala, VLC player, right? So what happened to those applications? On the Windows there were like many applications. Suddenly now if you open your laptop, there's not really so many apps. Okay, so one thing that happened over there is something called as Chrome browser came out, along with the internet that came out, and the browser said that we will render everything on the browser itself. You guys do not download applications for a very specific document reader, media reader, or playing songs and everything, because of internet was also there. Browsers started doing all this work for us. So today, if you go and literally look at your laptops, at least other than the Microsoft Office, nobody has existed for this long, right? So everything has been taken over by the browser. The reason why I'm telling you this example is, today the situation is your mobile phones have 100 to 200 apps, right? So there are many apps. Of course, I'm talking from my side also. This KreditBee is also an app, right? So there's so many apps. So think of a world, what changes to an appless world, right? So applications are not going to be there, and then there's somebody else is doing your work. Who is that next Chrome browser, what I talked as the Windows revolutions or the desktop revolution? These are going to be nothing but something called as AI agents, right? So these agents, what we keep talking about, are nothing but your chat bots, voice bots, right? So how we are using ChatGPT. By the way, how many guys use ChatGPT on a regular basis? How many guys asked more than 10 questions a day? And how many guys asked more than 50% of those questions are your personal and not professional? Okay, anyways, there's nothing to shy away from that. We introduced enterprise ChatGPT version in the earlier days in our company, and we asked our employees to use that, right? My idea was that will improve their productivity, it can become very easy for them. I'm talking about 1 year, 1.5 years back experiment. How many people would have asked what percentage of the questions, whatever they asked, is personal and nothing to do with the professional or the current work that they are doing? Any guess? More than 90% of the questions what came from the employees was only on personal development, career switch, stock kaun sa kharidna hai, how should I invest, how can I become billionaire in the next few years, or rest all other emotional problems. Right? So that was the adoption, but then now at least what I see, of course we don't go and specifically check what one user has asked anything. I mean, privacy is maintained on that, but now at least 30% it is still personal, and their career development is 70% of their questions. 30% is what is work related. Some improvement from 90% to 70%. Anyways, coming back to that, these are the agents how we are getting hooked to are going to be the part of your mobile, right? So they are the agents which are going to talk, and the apps are not going to exist. It's going to be a headless world or an appless world. That is what we are envisioning. Whether this will come out to be a truth or not, that is left to destiny, but that's the overall idea. Quickly, I think it's also showing time up, but this is something for all of us to get spooked about and start worrying that how do we adapt as companies, which are app-based companies, to such revolutions. If we miss out, then probably we will miss out this entire AI wave. Getting ready is more important at this stage and start thinking towards that. I just had multiple things, but it's already showing very red and blinking. So I'll just close on this note. Yeah.